Yeah, what's going on, guys? All right. So we're gonna get into this in a second, but I saw an opportunity to place a trade. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get to it in a second. But let's talk about stop losses really quick. Oh, by the way, welcome to the channel. And first time visiting the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, join in on the comments down below. So in my series of which you guys can watch previous videos, I trade. This is a one take video. I explain out my thought process. Okay, anyways, whatever. Today, we're talking about stop losses. Now, if you're behind enemy lines, do you throw like a smoke grenade or something like that, tell the enemy, like, hey, I'm here. They're like, no, you don't, right? You don't give your location away. And stop losses effectively do exactly that. So now you imagine if you're an institution and you have 500,000 shares of Tesla, are you going to set a stop somewhere so you can end up on the books and get hunted? No. Remember, institutions do the hunting to create liquidity in the markets, right? It's all about price discovery and efficiency, correct? Yes. So, with that being said, are retail traders shooting themselves in the foot by placing arbitrary stops? Absolutely. And so let me show you what two of my favorite stops look like relative to my system. And then, yeah, hopefully we go ahead and make some money. Now, I got to ask you a few questions. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you often find yourselves getting stopped out over and over and over, and then your risk to reward metrics just go upside down? Yeah. If that's you, you're setting your stops too tight. Do you become emotional after several losses? If yes, yeah, then you might want to go ahead and understand where you're placing your stops and why you're putting your stops there, right? Do you hate losing? Is that why you're placing your stops so tight? Or can you not afford to lose? That's why you're placing your stops so tight, right? Remember, realizing a loss is realizing a loss. Okay. Also, how many times have you been stopped out only to see the trade go in your favor, right? That's also because sometimes traders go ahead and get cute with their stop losses and start bringing it down aggressively, right, to minimize the risk. And then they get stuck out and then they don't re enter utilizing the 84% rule. But, anyways, let's get back to the chart here, right? So I'm in this trade, live trade, right? I placed my trade here. We got 10 contracts and you see that there's a level there, right? And guys, this level, I'm going to set my 10 contracts to buy just right there, right? You see that level? Remember, we are just talking about this, right? This is where all the orders are, right? I don't want to be sitting there where all the orders are, right? There's a reason why prices hang out around levels, right? Because a bunch of buy orders, buy sell orders, right? Bunch of indecision. So as you can see here, we zoom on in, I'm up $875. And, hey, look at, I reached my goal, my day's done, and I've made money in, 5 to 10 minutes. But structurally, where should my stop be? Well, we have something called the DSR range, right? And at the moment in time, oh, nice, 1,800 bucks, 1,700 bucks. It's coming right down to that level, right? I, mm, I trust my system. I trust where it's going. It'll fail me. I make my $2,000 and we'll be done, right? So, but we have this stop here. And this stop is based on an ATR. So based on current price right now, this DSR is going to tell you your stop. That's your price. Oh, I sold a few contracts. There you go. We got the order fill. Nice. Sweet. That was several $1,000s right there. I'm done for the day, right? Now, let me tell you my thesis. We were short GT 500. Now, GT 500, guys, this is a yes, by the way. Oh, I thought it was on NQ. I would have made a lot more money on NQ. What happened with NQ? What was that? Yes. Damn you. Recording videos strikes again. I would have made a lot more, 3 times as much. I would have made 3 times as much. NQ is about two and a half. Whatever. Anyways, I made my money. I'm done for the day. So let's get on with the lesson. Okay. So where price is right now, this is where I would place my stop, right? The system is doing it automatically for me, so I know where to place it. This is an objective placement. This is volatility-based, dynamic stop range. It's volatility-based, right? None of that, hey, I'm going to enter here and then set my stop right here at this level. Yeah, you're going to, get stopped out over and over and over again, right? Yeah, that's usually what happens. I mean, you see it right here. It breaks, it comes back up, breaks, comes back up, but then finally breaks. So you stop, stop, stop 3 times right here. You see this candle, this candle, this candle, it gets stopped out, and then it fucking runs. But you've already dealt with the duress of getting stopped out 3 times, death by 1,000 cuts because you were being cute and setting it at a level. But the levels where institutions are going ahead and hunting that liquidity because algos and retail traders are like dum-dums and saying, let's hide here and let's show them where we're at. And so, as you can see, right, if you try to take it down to this level here, you're going to get beat up. You're going to get beat up right there. Boom. It's going to bounce around. Okay. It's basically everyone telling the market where they're at. Right. And so what I can do since I missed a move down, what I can do is I'll just take it up really quick and I know where I'm going to get out. So everyone's like, "Hey, but where are you going to get out if you're taking it up?" Well, I'm going to get out somewhere around this band right here, right? It'll play that bounce. And you see, I'm not setting a stop. I'm going to zoom on in right here. Not setting a stop. I got 5 contracts, nothing too crazy. Maybe we'll get to the top of that band there. Nice, $200, 225. I'll take that. That was a quick scout, right? We bounced off that. Okay, so here, guys, as we said, this is your dynamic stop range. This is where your stop would be if you went short, right? And this is where your target would be. Now, should you have entered the trade way up here, I want you guys to see that this here, you see these 3 points, and then you see this line here. This is our GT 500. That's also known as a swing high. And let's zoom out, and I'll show you where we have a swing low. You guys see price action here, swing low, done. Okay, that's your swing low. So how are we placing our stops? We're placing our stops based on volatility, or we're basing it on swing highs and lows. But what we also see here is, although we have bearish sentiment and this GT 500 here is our macro trend, meaning the larger trend or the greater sentiment on the 5 minute, we use this red band as our micro trend. So closing a candle close above the red band, right? So that's where the band is right now. A candle close above this red band would show me that there is a micro shift in sentiment, right? A micro shift in sentiment. So if there's a micro shift in sentiment and I'm looking at the chart, where would that shift go to? Well, I tell you what, if I went ahead and entered the trade right now, I'd probably get beat up around here. You can see that there's structure right where I placed this. So I would then go ahead, I would wait, right? I would wait for the break of this level, and then I would target VWAP because VWAP acts as a magnet for price. So I'm going to sell there. And so that is my play. That is my thesis. You see, I did not make any market orders and I don't have stop set. Okay. I have a mental stop. Imagine you getting your monthly statements from your financial advisor, or, from your 401k, whatever. And they're like, yeah, they lost 30% of your port because they got stopped out 400 million times. That's a no bueno. Okay. Here we go. Going back to this here. Nice. We got the breakthrough. Let's zoom on in. We made our money. 525. Look at, we're making our way up. We were. And since I'm going counter trend, I have very, very low expectations of the trade going counter trend. Okay. I know we're targeting VWAP right there. I said VWAP likes to act as a magnet. There is no level. There is nothing cock blocking price action in VWAP. So you know what? Institutions have the right of way straight up to VWAP. The thing is that if institutions know that retail have an expectation that is coming to VWAP, then you might get a hard rejection. Because of that, I'm simply going to close my position. And ta-da, guys, We're done. No stop losses. Just we have structure, right? Which is swing high or swing low, as you see here, right? Or ATR based stops. You see how like this here is it's following price action up to VWAP. Well, let's see how it behaves at VWAP, right? There's a bunch of orders at VWAP. Is it going to break through? Look at the hesitation there. You can't all the way up to VWAP. I told you there were no levels here. So institutions had a beeline straight to VWAP. And I wrote that, and yeah, I am not chasing this further. For me to be 100% full on bullish, I need a break of GT here, a trade design up with full confluences, and that is that. That is it, guys. That's my trade for today. Signing out. Peace.